The Brazilian Grand Prix of 1994 was the last time any World Championship F1 race was won by over a lap. One of many things Sao Paulo is known for is its largest international population. The city of Sao Paulo has the highest concentration of Japanese natives outside of Asia and features the world's only traditional sumo gym outside of Japan. When Max Verstappen set the fastest lap in the 2016 Brazilian GP, he became the youngest driver to have ever set the fastest lap record at just a month over 19 years old. McLaren are the constructor with the most wins on this circuit, with a total of 12 to their name. However, Ferrari are not far behind them.
Good evening everybody and welcome back to F1 here on FTRL. Season 20 is finally upon us and we are back here bringing you action from the 2022 F1 game. Because I have been on mute setting up the tweet, Matthew, so chill you both, it's okay. You hear me now? Can you hear me now? So here we are then at the brilliant Interlagos circuit scene of many brilliant races over the seasons in FTRL, and this one will be kicking off our championship. Who is Abdis? Who are you? You say can I join Barca? Yeah, go on then. Let me just ping you an invite. I was like, who on earth is that? Who the frick are you? SMT for another invite, seeing he's already used one. Really help people would, sign online so I can see yours. Whatever car is free of Barcelona, my friend. Do bear with me. Okay. See this inevitability. Drama's already on this game, but here we are. Anyway, let's give us a racing extra, shall we? It's been a while. Very glad to be back. I've enjoyed the break. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed the break a little bit too much, if anything. But very happy to be back on track again now with these new beautiful cars on this. Lots to get through. Then drivers are on track for their opening runs. Going and watching Dylan then in the Alpine, who is making his way around. Himself third, fastest with an 8.2. As the reigning champ sets provisional pole time then. So let's go quick rundown of the runners and riders. It's been so long I can't speak anymore. Excuse me. Right then, so we'll go through the teams in order then. Starting off with the reigning champ, Tico, then back to defend his crown. He is now in the Silver Arrow. Can he make it another double? As he looks to claim what will be his 4th title if he can win this season's championship. Then he is in the Mercedes. He will be partnering FTRL Rom Elson. Normally, Rom is not with us this week. Unfortunately, Rom, something about helping a family member with a domestic appliance. I'm not quite sure. If you know, you know. Step bro. So that's why no Rom this week, but he's being filled in for by the Div 2 admin Matman. He's getting in some early practice ahead of his return to racing action tomorrow. And that then is the Silver Arrows team in the Red Bull. Then last season's runner-up, Simply Superman, a blindingly quick driver and a very welcome addition to the league. Won on debut in Imola last season and pushed Tico all the way for the title. Unfortunately, we did call it short by a race just because the numbers got so poor towards the end of the game. Unfortunately, it's just the natural flow of the game cycle. He's back then, he's in the Red Bull, and he will be partnering when he is here. Maxi Simon, who's back with us, but unfortunately Maxi Simon is doing his usual trick of being on holiday in the first week of the season, so no Maxi Simon this week, unfortunately. He has been replaced this week then. Another Div 2 stalwart has appeared, then Barcelona has dropped in after just to help us out with numbers a bit. Few people away this week, unfortunately. Just nature of the beast, with it being the first week back, and middle of the holidays, of course. Then they make up your Red Bull team. In the Scarlet Ferraris then we've got the 4-time series champ Dutch Tricks back. Then can he start to wrestle back the crown from his fellow countryman? 4-time champ but has not won a title now since, I want to say season 14. It's been a while since Dutch Tricks has won a title, and that's when I joined FTRL, that was almost unheard of. Dutch Tricks was there or thereabouts. He had some great battles with Zach, but it was those two duking out, and now he hasn't won a title in a number of seasons. And of course, we've seen Tico won 3, Scuba won 1, Lynx won 1 as well. So it's been a number of seasons now since Dutch Tricks won a title. Is this the season he's going to fight back? And he's coming to the line, start his flying letters. Will stay on board with the Ferrari man. He's partnered then with the ever lovely man that is Graham 89i. 2 Ferraris then. Graham, of course, is the cleanest driver there is in all of league racing, and I will not hear anybody tell me otherwise because it's just not true. So they are your Scarlet Ferrari pairing. Dutchman has changed number then, now running the number 7 on his An ode to Mr. Raikkonen. Come around the middle sector then into the right-hander. Quick flip-flop then into the left. Good evening, Catamese. Indeed, FTRL is back. And it's good to be back as well. Tailsborough then going fastest of all. Interesting. Stay on board with Dutch Tricks at the moment then. As the Ferrari man comes around, then we'll go down the rest of the runners and riders in the chat though. Thank you for everybody who is in the chat already. Keep those comments going, keep those likes going. It's great to see you all. Yeah, of course, this is always the FTRL warm-up. It's like the F2 race for FTRL, isn't it? Of course, Div 2 back tomorrow as well. Also here from Interlagos. Here comes Dutch Tricks to the line. He goes 3rd fastest then. I won at 7.6, just a 10th behind Tico. And 2% then off our new pole sitter then, which is a debutant in FTRL. It's Tailsborough 508. Now, brought to us by the godlike status that is Casey Bernard. Thank you very much for recommending him to us, Casey. And this is his FTRL debut tonight. He will be partnering the also rapid Crims. Crims unfortunately not able to be with us this week. But Crims we know is super rapid, and Tailsborough straight onto provisional 4. However, he has just been usurped by a 10th as Tico takes back provisional 4. Then they make up your McLaren pairing. Now, who else have we got next up? In the driver line then we've got the Alpines, so we'll go through the Alpines next. Then we've got Dylan. He will be leading the charge for them. He will be partnering Tam, who has done a few reserve slots for us previously. Unfortunately, he was supposed to race tonight. Unfortunately, he's got no power at the moment up in the Highlands of Scotland. He's experienced a power cut, so hopefully Tam will be with us next week. Dylan currently P6. He improves, but stays P6 for now, and so he makes up the Alpine team. In green, we've got, what colour is your having? Oh, he's in the red car, but like In green then we have got the Aston Martin pair, led by LRE Tom, of course our Div 1 admin. He's partnering Lennon Stevenson, who is notable by his absence this evening. Wherefore art thou, Lennon Stevenson? Make yourself known. So they make up the Aston Martin pair this season. In AlphaTauri colours then, we have got Dan Morris, former Div 2 champ. And he's partnering Johan, who is currently sat in the pits. Johan has been super quick at FTRL and has threatened to win races. Hasn't quite been able to just get it over the line yet though. Cowboy has gone out of the session. Where is he crashing? Turn 5 I look at it. So unfortunately the Williams man has prematurely ended his session then. Just coming on to him then, he is partnered by Ennis Kelvin, who was also missing this week unfortunately. They'll make up the Williams pair. At Alfa Romeo we have got Grimsby Downs' biggest fan, Adamako. In the Alfa Romeo he is partnered with the returning CR7. Now we know CR7 is a super rapid boy. FTRL race winner, multiple pole sitter as well. Is he going to be delivering that speed once again? He's got his wheel back in working order now, so expect big things from him. They partner up at Alfa Romeo this season. And finally in the house we've just got Wesker at the moment, so we have one full-time space available. If anybody watching would like to join us, then of course reserve spots will also be available. There's usually people away, so you will probably get to race most weeks. So please do come and join us. We are always looking to expand our brilliant little community. And yeah, that is everybody that we have got running tonight. And the current running order then is as follows. Then we're just 6 minutes of the session to get this bloody controller is trying to jump off my lap. Tika then on provisional pole, the reigning champ, looking to start his season the right way. Telsbro second, then in the McLaren, then Superman in third, just ahead of Dutch Tricks now. So the Red Bull man getting onto the second row. Barcelona in P5 with Dylan P6. Adamako is 7th on a 181. Then we've got Graham, Tom in 9th. Callboy out of the session, currently sat P10. They've got Wesker in 11th. Dan Morris 12th. Mattman 13th. Just 5,000 separating those two. Yarham yet to set a representative lap time. And that's CR7 waiting to go on to track then. Who we've got on a lap? Tailsbro. Let's have a look how he's getting on then. He comes down to the end of sector 2. Currently just shy of a tenth. He is 3 thousandths up. Though as he comes out of sector 2, climbs up the hill then. Now it's just up to the floor all the way to the line. The DRS will pop open in a second. Does he improve? He does, but he comes up just shy of 17388. Drops in just behind Tico on a 107.336, and so half a tenth between the front two. Looks as if Tailsbro could be a definite contender for victory here at the moment. Let's have a look at Dutch Tricks. How's he getting on? He is up in sector 1. So find 3 tenths to get onto the front row. He's currently about 300ths up then, so he is looking to move ahead of Simply Superman at a minimum, you would imagine. Sector 7 back into the session. It is in fact the other Ferrari's going to complete a lap first, so we'll go over Graham as he comes to the end of his lap. He's up by 1.5 tenths. He improves but stays P8 then. And next along the line will be his teammate then. Dutch Tricks is nearly a tenth per second up. This will be enough to jump him up to P3. Has he found anything in the final sector though to get him onto the front row? The answer is not quite enough there. 175. For him as Tika goes even faster. 172 then from the Mercedes man, and here comes Johan to the line. 110.1. Stays P14. Red Bull coming to the line behind him. It is Barcelona. He improves to 177. Comes Tom, who jumps ahead of Graham in 8th then, the 182. Dan Morris goes 11th on a 184. Simply Superman just starting a lap then. Well, he improved to 175, comes up just 2 thousandths away from Dutch Tricks. So he improves but stays 4th. If you didn't know he was that quick, well there you go. Maybe this is his circuit. Maybe this circuit is his jam. But yeah, he is threatening the establishment, the established order here in Div 1 already. Currently sat P2. He can do it in the race as well. Yellow flag in sector 2. One of the AlphaTauris is getting out of the way. his way into the pits then. So who have we got? Anybody on a lap? Superman on his way into the pits. Barcelona on his way into the pits as well. On his way into the pits. Johan on his way into the pits. Everybody then coming in for CR7 then on his way out. And we'll go on board then with the Alfa Romeo man. 2.5 minutes of the session to go. Of course, for the season, with it being the new game, we are following just a normal calendar, so we've got 12 weeks of racing action coming your way. And as usual, short qualifying, 50% race distances. So nothing fancy, no thrills, no spills. Let's see our 75 guard back into the pits. So not sitting up then, so Dylan then will be the next one round. So we're going forward with the Alpine. We've got just 2 minutes of the session remaining. Here we go then. Currently sitting on the third row, a 181. Needs to find about 0.4 of a second. Oh, he's on the curb though. And there's a big slide, and the Alpine ruins his lap before it really gets going. So, mistake there from Dylan. Just too much curb out of turn 3. Off spins the car. And he will abandon that run. Go on board with Matman then as he comes to the line. Start his final flying run then. 1.5 minutes to go. In fact, he improves his time to 1:90. Stays 13th. Adamako coming to the line. But no, he improves. He goes up to P7 and 181. And until he goes. Faster into all cars bar 1 on track. Involved then with the Alfa Romeo man. Dan Morris has retired from the session, so he will not be improving. He will start at best P11, of course. Now, with the new rules this year means you do not have to start on the tyres you qualify on if you finish in the top 10. So it is a free tyre choice for everybody once the race commences then. Go look at the top of the order, shall we? How are the big hitters going on? Then Telsbro in sector 1, 9,000's down on his time at the minute. He needs to find just over 1/10 of a second. Oh, big twitch there on the curb. Trix is coming into sector 1. Let's see how he's getting on. He's up as well. And Simply Superman, he's just started, so we're back on board then with Telsbro. So he is up by 1/10 of a second. This could be close. He needs to find a little bit more of the final sector. The McLaren man going for pole on his debut. There's a car just ahead. He might get a little bit of a slipstream. Is it going to be enough though to get in provisional pole? To the line. Just shy. 17279. Second position then for Telsbro. What about Dutch Tricks? He is up by 0.135. But it's not going to be enough. He needs to find some time in the final sector, but it's just a sprint up the hill. So how much wing has he got on that car? Hogging the inside line. He's going to improve. He goes to 173. But stays P3 then. Simply Superman is up as well in sector 2. Here he comes to the line then. Red Bull pedalling hard towards the line. Zico banners his lap. Does Simply Superman improve? He does, but not enough. He stays P4. Just Adamako then on a lap, and he has invalidated, unfortunately, so he will not be improving then. So that then is your lots. And it is first blood to the reigning champ, but only just. Tico then will start round 1 of season 20 on pole position with a debutant alongside him. Adamako into the pits, and that is the end of the session then. So qualifying for the first time this season done, and now it's just that small matter of a race ahead of us. And there we go then. Tico then takes pole position by just 29 thousandths of a second from Telsbro. Dutch Tricks lines up on P3, the top 3 covered by less than 1.5 tenths. Simply Superman starts P4 in the Red Bull, just ahead of his teammate Fortnite Barcelona in 5th. Adamaco starts P6 in the Alfa Romeo ahead of Graham in the second of the Ferraris in P7. Dylan starts P8 in the Alpine with Tom and Corboy running out the top 10. So despite that early retirement, Corboy starts in the top 10. Dan Morris, Wesker, Johan, Matman and CR7 are rounding out the grid for this evening. So then, qualifying done. Let's get some podium predictions and in the chat, please. Who do we think is going to stand on the podium? Who's going to take the first win of the season? The new era of F1, the new cars, new game. Who do we think is going to win at this one then? It's difficult to look past Tico, but we've got an unknown quantity on the front row alongside him. I have no idea what Talesborough is capable of. Casey seems surprised by his pace, but he was consistently quick in that session, improving with every lap. So he's definitely going to be a factor in this. You can never count on Dutch tricks. Simply Superman as well. Barcelona, we know, has good pace. So those top 5, it could be any of those top 5 realistically. And of course, it is not uncommon to have safety cars around Interlagos. So let us see what tonight brings. The lobby prepares then for the main event. Is the race to come. Yeah, time counting down. And here we go, I'll take you through the grid once more as they go off and on their formation lap. There you go then, and it is for the first time at this season Tico who will lead us off from pole position. Then let's have a look at the tyres everybody's starting on as well. Hard tyres then, so we've got a big difference in the tyres then. Tico then starting on pole on the hard tyres, so he's looking to go long in the first stint. Because the tyres are going to take a little while to switch on, so have some guys further back there on softer rubber, looking for them coming through. So Tico then on pole position on the hard tyre in the Mercedes. Alongside him, Talesborough in the McLaren also starts on the hard tyres. Aston does tricks, who starts third in the Ferrari. He's on the hard tyres, as is Simply Superman alongside him on row 2. 4 different makes in the first 4 places, all on the hard tyre, as is the man in P5. Is Barcelona filling in tonight. Then in P6 we find the first car on the medium tyres, and Adamaco in the Alfa Romeo starts P6. Is that tyre advantage going to help him gain some places at the start? Then Graham starts P7, he's on the hard tyre in the second of the Ferraris. Then we find Dylan on the soft tyre in the Alpine. He's going to be very quick in the early stages here. Look for him making some moves. LRE Tom starts P9, he's on the hard tyre in the Aston Martin. Alongside him on row 5 in 10th place is Corboy in the Williams. He's on the hard tyre. Dan Morris trimming the grass of the sighting lap. He's on the hard tyre in the AlphaTauri, as is Wesker in the Haas in P13, and also Johan in the second AlphaTauri starting P13. The final 2 runners, Matman in P14 and CR7 P15, starting on the mediums. And so one car on the softs, 3 on the mediums, the rest of the field on the hards to begin with. Cars then starting to form up on the grid for the first time this season. But just not quite lined up very well. Neither is Corboy. Neither is Graham. Well done. Anyone else? No, everyone else has got it about right then. So of course the new feature this year. We've got 5 red lights, and for the first time this season, Div 1 is... Go! Go, 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 away we go, towards turn 1 they come. Dutch tricks down the middle, trying to get the Adamaco to the outside. He's had a good start on the mid-time, side by side for the lead. Into turn 1, but Tico holds the inside, and he leads out of turn 2. Coming across one in the background, somebody's spinning off, it's Corboy. As they charge down towards turn 4 for the first time, Tico holds the lead then. It's Azure for the top 4, Adamaco's gone ahead of Barcelona though on the run down towards turn 4. He's up to 5th, Tom's up 2 places into 7th. Dylan Sparbing on the soft tyre is still P8. Into the infield for the first time, then Tico leading us through. A little bit wide there. Barcelona down 1. Expected Dylan to make more moves there, maybe he just got boxed in at the start. Now trying to find a way around the outside of Tom in the infield sector. They plunge down the hill for the first time. Graham in 9th, Dan is up to P10. Wesker 11th, the arm 12th, CR7's up to 13th, Matman 14th, and Corbett after that spin. Seems to have his wing intact though, so, oh no, another move for Corbett. We'll let him have his spin in peace. And across the strike for the first time, into turn 1 we go, starting lap 2, Tico still leads. Pack still very much together, and a little bit of a gap between Yarm and Matman. Charge then down towards turn 4 for the second time. Superman's got Adamako right behind him. Those medium tyres switching on nicely early on for Adam. He's looking aggressive now. Dylan has got back ahead of Tom and is now chasing after Barcelona. So soft tyres then going good for him now. As they swoop up the hill, can he find anywhere to make a move? Hard tyres will not feel good for a couple of laps. Adamako now starting to work hard on the back of Simply Superman as well. And he gets close enough for a move, not quite at the minute. Dutch Tricks right on the back of Telsborough. Kind of as you were, yeah, Adamako looking very racy early on here. Those medium tyres switched on nicely. Sierras will become active on the next lap. Bloody rev limiters in this game, man. Jesus. There we go. Is Adam going to be close enough? Dylan's definitely going to be close enough on Barcelona. To the inside goes the Alpine and through. Back up to P6 he goes. Or up to P6 he goes, sorry, he's making moves now. So now he's got those tyres switched on, he's starting to come through. Of course they will not last too long though. DRS is now active, but everybody in a bit of a train at the minute then, so everybody's going to have the DRS. So nobody's going to be able to make a move into 4 this time. Cool, then, a bit of work to do. Oh, thanks cmega.com, I'd love to find love in your area. If you could direct me some love in my town, that would be much appreciated. Thank you. Then down the midfield sector we go then to the bottom of the hill. Starting to climb then. Now is Tico going to be vulnerable this time with DRS now active. Telsborough has closed in slightly, half a second between the front two. Is he going to be close enough by the time they get to turn 1? Of course he will have more DRS on the run for turn 4, so even if he doesn't get a move done this time, he will have another chance. What about further back? Adamako, is he close enough to Super Superman? Not quite. Oh, Telsborough's got a little bit deep into 1 there, and that's now put him on the defensive from Dutch Tricks. So now it's Dutch on the attack. Again, both of them out. Oh, we get a flag. What's that? Is that Yarham? Yarham's had a spin at 3. On his way again though. There we go, then the Pac-Man just starting to split up a little bit now then. Tico's now almost out of DRS range there. That moment for Telsborough. Just open that gap up to nearly a second. So can he push on through the middle sector, get out of DRS range? That could be critical for his race. So it would leave Telsborough fending off Dutch Tricks rather than attacking the Mercedes, but he is just starting to claw that back a little bit now. To the bottom then, the big gap is now between Adamako and Dylan. That's 1.4 seconds. Dylan's wide as well. Barcelona coming back at him now. Now surely those soft tyres aren't going off already. Starts, goes back in, fastest lap of the race from Tico, 1:10.7 into the pits has come Barcelona, no Dylan, so Dylan is in, so maybe the tyres have gone already. The soft tyres are not lasting around here. Expect Dylan onto the hard tyres. No, he's gone to the medium tyre, interesting then, so is he doing a 2-stopper? Or are they going to last? We shall see. Yellow flag, oh, Johan's gone again at turn 2. So 2 laps in succession. Unfortunately, the AlphaTauri man on his way again though, and he's going to filter. He's going to drop it just ahead of Dylan, who's out the pits. Callboy right on the back of them as well. But it is now 3 for the lead. Simply Superman is clutching on to DRS by the skin of his teeth. He is currently outside though. He's already in a battle with Adamako, so that will leave him vulnerable without DRS. He's a big push then in this sector now to try and get it, but the gap is growing in fact, so front 3 then starting to make a break. Telsborough has regrouped and is starting to close back in again on the Mercedes. Tico continues to lead. Telsborough half a second back, and Dutch Trick 7/10. Adamako this time you feel should get this move done. Super Superman holding a wider line, trying to break the slipstream at least, but Adam down the inside into turn 1. Super Superman lets him go, and Adamako is into 4th place. Great move. Barcelona now fighting a rearguard action from LRE Tom. We've got Graham sat in P8, Dan Morris for company. Irish contingent. Westcott just a little bit behind them. Then Matman clinging on resolutely. CR7 still tucked in behind him then, so CR7 hasn't made the progress I thought he might. Most of course on the medium tyres, so they should be quicker than closing on the guys ahead of them who are on the hards. Let's see what Matt can do. Oh, another drama for Yarham at 3 again. He's struggling through that sector at the moment. 3 laps in succession, he's had a drama. Drops behind Dylan, and Corbett gets the move done as well into 4. So Yarham going backwards at the moment, unfortunately. Start climbing the hill again, the front 3 continuing closer together again, 6/10 between all of them. Tico again comes up the hill in the lead. Hillsborough in hot pursuit in the DRS range, as is Dutch Tricks now. Adamako giving chase to Simpus, giving chase, got Simpus Superman tucked in behind him. Gonna pull him around, and Barcelona pulling around LRE Tom. I don't have DRS, is Simpus Superman going to be close enough? I don't think so. And in the same breath, I don't think Barcelona is worried by Tom this time around. Dylan now sets the fastest lap of the race, and so having made that stop for fresh rubber, he has just taken the fastest lap away from Tico, although it was only by about 200ths of a second, so massively quicker. So Tico's pace on those hard tyres is very, very good at the moment. The lead continues then, these 3 separated by just half a second each. Formation flying between Mercedes, McLaren and Ferrari. They drop down the hill then for the 7th time. Starts to climb up the hill. Tico leads, Carroll's the 2nd, Dutch is 3rd. Again, I think Tico's probably just far enough ahead that he's not under any threat into 1 at the moment. Then it's whether or not Telsborough can have a good run through 2, 3. And have a look into 4 this time. Staying at about half a second, you think that's a comfortable gap, to be honest. So, even though he's got DRS, he's only going to be closing. Dan Morris then picks up has the unanimous honour of the first penalty of the new season. Track limits. He continues to stalk Graham in the 2nd of the Ferraris. The lead Ferrari is on our screen now, Dutch Tricks. Out of the midfield sector we come, and these 3 continue to circle. Oh no, Yarham's had another drama in that sector. We've got a bit further around the corner this time, but still had a moment. So Yarham struggling with turn 3, Corboy struggling with this corner here. The leaders are just coming through. Terrible view. Nice one, EA. I was going to say EA now rather than Codemasters, but front 3 then circling as you were. Let's have a look a bit further back then. Adamako still in 4th place. Not making any headway on the leaders at the moment. That gap has just edged up slightly. It was 2.8, now 3.1 seconds, and so Adam not able to close on that front 3. They're just dragging each other around at the moment. Still got Simply Superman for company, and Barcelona now just starting to ease back on them, actually. They've got that gap down to just over a second. Fended off the advances of LRE Tom, who's now dropped 2.8 seconds back, so whether or not he's had a drama somewhere. Not sure. Graham then side by side with Dan into 4. Dan getting the move done, and through he goes up to P8 then. Great move from Dan. Graham then drops right behind him, looking to attack back as soon as he can. Just a little bit excited there, I think. And Yarham into the pits, and our first retirement, unfortunately. I think Yarham's had a bit of a frustrating evening. his night ends prematurely, then thankfully he put it in the pit lane, so that will not bring out any safety cars. So then now just looking to be pulled around by his fellow countrymen. They climb up the hill, staying within half a second. Don't know why Johan's car's coming out the pits again, but there you go. Is he closing in on Dan? Is he going to think about a move into one? Pulls to the inside, but I think that's just a show in the mirror, trying to force a mistake. Oh, what's happened there? Adamako's crashed out. Adamako's crashed there. What's happened there? I think we have a safety car. Safety car, I think, is out. It doesn't say on the screen, but I think the safety car is on its way. It is. Safety car is out, and so Adamako's had a crash. Now, what has caused that? So out of them crashing out of fourth place. Now, I did see Yarham's car, even though he retired in the pit lane, coming out of the pits at around about the same point. Now I'm hoping that hasn't resulted in Adam crashing into that car, because that would be friggin' ball poop. So safety car is deployed. He's waiting for the drivers, and at the end of into the pits then comes Simply Superman, Tom, Graham, and so some drivers gambling. Now, are they going to have enough tyres to get to the end then? So these guys are going to go into the medium tyres. They're all on the hards at the moment. They're gambling on their tyres lasting all the way to the end then. So pit stops are starting. Some people are gambling. Simply Superman. Dylan has gone through because he's already on the medium tyres. So good job ahead of Simply Superman, is he? No, he's going to come out just behind him. I'm just really hoping that's the... Adam hasn't crashed into Yarham's car, which has come out of the pits. Because that would be some grade A BS. So we shall find out in due course. So, for the first time this season, the safety car is deployed. And which safety car have we got? So let's go have a look. It is Aston Martin. The Aston Martin safety car is with us. Now then, do the leaders take this moment to pit then? Because this is obviously going to stunt their strategy slightly. So the drivers behind them have pitted. He thought it's going in. No, he faked it. He faked the pit entrance there. Well, he might have done it, but no, he's decided to stay out. So these guys perhaps not confident that the medium tyres will get them to the end. Of course, our tyre the most durable. Under our safety car conditions for the first time. So while we're on the safety car and the racing action is suspended, take this opportunity to remind you that we are back tomorrow with Div 2. And it's always exciting, it's always a little bit chaotic, and we wouldn't have it any other way. So Div 2 tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Join me for live action for round 1. Of that then, trying to find out what has happened to Adam. Oh, looks like he spun down the straight. Yeah, he's hit a curb. So there we go, he's off the curb, so it wasn't the car coming out of the pits. Thankfully, he's caught the curb. These cars are very twitchy on curbs. Of course, a very stiff suspension, just with the new rules. Cars like to be set up very stiff, especially at the front. And that appears to have put pay, unfortunately, to the Alfa Romeo. So Adam's great run in this race has ended prematurely. Big shame for him, but great to see him having a good race until that point. So the pace is definitely there. Cars then continue to circulate around behind the safety car. What else is going on in FTRL at the minute? Not a lot of them, unfortunately. With thing moving over to GT7 at some point, unfortunately the GT7 game continues to be a source of frustration for all of us involved in FTRL on the admin side, because it is very, very broken for its lobbies. It doesn't like PS4 and PS5 users together. It's causing us lots of problems. So we're currently working on a plan for some more GT-related action, be it GT7 or GT Sport. So please keep your eyes posted for that. Anybody who would like to be involved in the GT side of things, be it GT Sport or GT7, please get in touch. We are always on the lookout for drivers to expand our roster in all our disciplines. So once GT7 gets up and running, of course, that will be so much potential with that. We're looking forward to getting to play with that once they get the lobby sorted. Unfortunately, it's a bit problematic still at the moment. So, but there's no harm in getting the Discord server, getting involved now. Will be some fun races on GT Sport in the meantime, and lots of great racing action there. Anybody who's watched our GT side of things will know that there have been some classic races over the years on that as well. ACC still on hiatus. We are looking to try and get that growing again, but seems to have fallen a little bit by the wayside. Just not the demand for ACC like that is other sim races, unfortunately. But fingers crossed, we'll get that up and then again soon. And safety car in this lap then. So we're about to go racing again then. Safety car pulls away. Tico starts dictating the pace. Now, when does he pull the trigger then? Now, he had just about got out of DRS range at the time of the safety car, so he'll be a little bit frustrated by that. Then trying to stalk the back of his fellow countryman. Telsborough almost alongside. And away we go. Tico pulls the pin, away he goes. Telsborough's gone with him though. Dutch and Barcelona also, there's a bit of a gap then. Dan not quite on his toes as much. And into turn one we go. Now the ones to watch out for, Simply Superman in P6 is the first to have made a pit stop. Sail 7 goes past Corboy. Graham and Wesker changing places as well. Wesker trying to cover. Aside Wesker please. Down and into turn 4, Wesker getting the move done. Now on the mediums, Wesker on the soft tyres. Let's have a look then at the leaders. Tico's pulled a nice little gap then in the first couple of corners. After the restart then, as they try to switch these tyres back on again, the hard tyres will lose a lot of temperature, they will feel a bit icy. They go through with Tom and Dylan now going wheel to wheel. Tom on the inside, Dylan on the outside, Mattman ahead of the pair of them. Down the inside of Mattman goes Tom. Through he goes, and now Dylan trying to go all the way around the outside. Bumping wheels, Mattman holds the inside, Dylan still on the outside here, then comes Wesker as well. Oh, Wesker catches the curve, Wesker spins off as well. So Dylan getting the move done, Wesker caught the grass and it just span the rear wheels up with the inside of Dan Morris, goes Simply Superman into 1, through into P5, goes the Red Bull. So Simply Superman is the first driver to have stopped. Now, is he going to have to stop again? He's going to be pushing, we shall see. And now can he make some moves, get back on terms with those front 3 or 4. He's less than a second behind his teammate. However, his teammate has dropped out of DRS range of the front 2. Of course, no DRS for 2 laps after a safety car. So there will not be DRS on this lap. It will be activated again next time around as we start lap 16 of 36. 3 again, just starting to pull away. Again, Tico's got a nice gap there, nearly a second. 8 tenths between first and second, 8 tenths between second and third. Superman is starting to use his tyres right on the back of his teammate. Dan, oh, contact between Tom and Dan, into the wall goes Tom, Dan spins off. Oh, big shame for those two. Tom's got no front wing, has Dan got away with that damage? You'll see Simply Superman goes back past his teammate then, up the start finish straight. Barcelona not fighting that then, playing the team game. Tom into the pits, Dan has been able to carry on as Barcelona picks up the penalty then for track limits. Simply Superman now has 2 seconds to try and chase down the leaders, and he's on fresh rubber though. He will be quicker. And the good news for him is that he can technically be on the same strategy as the other guys now. Now he won't have, I don't think he'll have any more medium tyres, but if he wants to pit later on for softs, he could be on terms with the 3 ahead of him. got a chance here, so doing something different. Could that be what propels him to a podium finish, if not the win? We shall see. Tico still leads. Ellsberg giving chase. Dutch Trick to slip out DRS range. Just yellow flag further back. Who is that? That is Dan again, unfortunately. He's all around Patawi now, starting to struggle a little bit, and Dutch has got back into the second. Doesn't have DRS. Ellsberg closing. The Superman. Chip that gap down. Got a couple of tenths down. So he's down to 1.8 seconds now. He's bringing his teammate with him. 7, Graham and Corboy all in a row. 3 turns, 1 and 2 we go. Corboy a little bit wider. Ooh dear, Joe, stay off those curbs. We've bitten several people already tonight. Don't be another victim. Into the pits has come Dan. He's going to go on to the medium tyres. Indeed. Oh, what's happened there? Oh, Telsper spun. No, the P2 has gone off the track. Then the McLaren has spun out of P2. Oh, big drama, big shame for him. He's having such a good run. But the McLaren has dropped it then in the middle part of the lap. And all the way down to P8. Oh, big shame for him. He has been driving brilliantly in this one. Oh no, McLaren then spinning out of P2. Has he got his wing intact? Looks like he's missing a right end plate as well. And into the pits, yeah, oh, big shame for him there. He was running superbly well. Let's compromise his strategy then, so he's going to go onto the medium tyres now. Oh, he's retired. No, that's a big shame for him, unfortunately there. He's drove brilliantly in that one. But unfortunately, podium on debut will elude him, and so it's a familiar sight now at the front. Tico leading Dutch Tricks. Tico now 1.2 seconds clear, so he's out of DRS range of his countryman. Meanwhile, Simply Superman continues to close. The gap now down to 1.3 seconds, so now the top 3 are all equidistant. You can see a feature that these cars are so stiff, like they're lifting their tyres, and you can see the tyres, they're stopping spinning through the corner, because as the camber sort of drops away, the tyre lifts off the ground and just stops spinning. So that's a new feature of these cars. Up the hill we go. The Superman is the man on the move at the minute. There we go. And he's almost got into DRS range of Dutch Tricks here. And they're taking the short route. And that gap is now under a second as the Simply Superman is starting to come back into contention here. So we've lost one from the lead battle, but another one is joining. On to the strategy. Now, are those cars going to get to the end? I don't know. We shall see in due course. Or is he going to pit again and go onto the softs at the end? Are the front two going to go long and go to the softs at the end? We shall see. So if they are, then what we saw earlier on from Dylan, that the tyres did not last very long on a high fuel load. How are they going to get on slightly lighter cars? The front three are just coming together again now. Tico's lead is under a second again. Dutch has got the hammer down this lap as well. He's burning his ERS. Tico's a little bit better off ERS wise. Yeah, front three all within DRS range of each other once again then. So Simply Superman has joined the battle for the lead. Tico continues to lead this one though. He's led every lap so far. So again, there's Simply Superman taking that really tight line out of 3. Just trying to narrow the, shorten the distance. Into 4 he goes. So now then, are they all just going to start to plateau a little bit with the DRS train? Of course, he's on medium tyres though, so he should have better grip. See there, that outside tyre lifting as they come into the braking zone. The front three are coming together. Barcelona now in a lonely 4th place, 4 seconds away from his teammate, 3.4 seconds ahead of Dylan. Of course, made that early stop having pitted as he started on the soft tyre. CR7, who's now on the soft tyre. He is dragging Graham and Corboy around. Just out DRS range though of Dylan. Now those 8 laps on those soft tyres, they're probably a little bit past their best. You see him sliding a little bit there, getting on the power up the hill. And that may give Graham a chance. Graham's had a really good run here. I think Graham might be looking for a move into 1. He's already on the Alfa Romeo. So does he want to go? He's going to go all the way around the outside. And that is easy as you like for the Ferrari man. Up into P6 he goes. Nice move there from Graham. Corboy now going to fancy his chances at making a move. Had a good run there through 3. Soft tyres just starting to go away, although CR7 does have the DRS, so that should hold off Corboy for now. But this middle part of the lap where those tyres are going to really start to hurt through the technical sector. Climbing up the hill into the infield sector. There you go. The pack looked shiny there, didn't it? It's definitely not raining. It looks like a little bit overcast, but interesting. Dropping down the hill then, so can the Alfa Romeo man battle back at the Ferrari? Now they are all closing now on Dylan as well. The gap's now down to 1.2, so Graham, having slingshotted past the Alfa Romeo, is now starting to hunt down on the Alpine in P5. So we'll continue then, so his tyres are still okay for the moment. This is the battle up front, and the battle has tightened up immensely as well. Look at this. Less than a second, cover your top 3 again. 22 of 36 then now. Simply Superman has a tyre advantage. Can he use it? Can he use it? Corboy gets the move done on CR7 into 4. Further back, it's P7 then for Corboy, having had a couple of spins early on. That safety car's brought him back into it now, driving really well. Now he's back in the pack then, so good job from Joe. Welcome to P7. Oh, CR7's had a big twitch there. I think those tyres are past their best. We expect to see him in any time, I think. I think those tyres are having enough. So, about 8 or 9 laps realistically on those soft tyres to get them to the end then. So, the leaders will not be looking at those just yet. We'll continue round. Simply Superman on Dutch tricks. Here we go for P2. Which side does he go? He picks the inside then into turn 1. Forces the Ferrari out wide. The Ferrari though hangs on. They're still side by side coming out 2. And that is moved on there. Great job there from Simply Superman. Splits the Dutch pair. And now can he chase down Tico? They're both going to have DRS. That's the inside for 4. And that is moved on. Great job from Simply Superman then. The Red Bull splits the Mercedes and the Ferrari. Dutch is thinking about another move though. But not quite close enough. More and more overcast. I'm still on board. Just have a look at the sky. Now it's overcast, but I don't think that's rain cloud. Just the track looks very shiny in places, and it's just getting my back up about with the weather. We shall see then. 13 and a half laps to go in this opening race of the season. And it is Tico versus Simply Superman versus Dutch Tricks for the win. Now Graham is on Dylan. Graham has caught Dylan. And that's a Corboy. So yeah, those two having cleared CR7 and now right on the back of the Alpine. Dylan started on the soft tyre. He's now on the medium, so he'll probably be looking to go for another soft run at the end, perhaps. But here comes Graham to the inside, into 1. Through he goes. Great move for Graham, and that is P5 for the Ferrari. So both Ferraris going really well now, both in the top 5. Can Dylan come back at him though? Or can Corboy have a look at Dylan? Dylan is closing on Graham, but not going to be close enough. CR7's carried on, in fact, so despite having that big twitch, I think again he's going to be waiting to get to a point where he can swap to a new set of soft tyres and get to the end. For the moment now, in a very lonely P8, 4 seconds ahead behind that battle. 11 though ahead of Matman. Second Mercedes, he's in a very lonely P9. Wesker's in a very lonely P10. You've got Tom in the background there after that collision he had with Dan. Dan having had a twitch later on his own. Also afforded another pit stop. He is in P12. Hoping for another safety car. You get a flag. Who is that? Oh, Callboy's no, Callboy's spun. Oh, big shame for Joe, who was driving really well there, having got back into the battle with that safety car. He's got going again, but he's lost the place to CR7 and is now out of that battle between Dylan and Graham. That's a big shame for Joe. But still plugging away, still P8. So a nice gap behind him. Let's see if he can close on CR7, who's in the pits. If that's the CR7 pitted, is he going to go for another set of soft tyres to get to the end now? So we're probably in the window where those soft tyres will get to the end then. We've got 12 to go, including the one we're on. And he's just done 13 laps on that set of soft tyres. So, yeah, new set of soft tyres for CR7. He is on his way. That's Simple Superman, right on the back of Tico. Dutch is a little bit off the back at the minute, but still very much in touch. So, this is now the battle we are watching for the lead. Second covers your top three. That's 25 and 36 now. We are probably due the pit stops any time. Now the question is, I think at this stage, your first and your third place cars are definitely going to go for the soft tyres to the end. Question is, can Simply Superman make it to the end on those tyres? Now, Dylan's on 20 lap old tyres, but he looks slow at this stage of the race, I'm not going to lie. We've got 10 to go, that would be 25 laps, a long way to go on a medium set of tyres, isn't it? So, you're looking at the undercut for Simply Superman. Oh, that's rain. That is rain. That is definitely raining. It's spitting with rain. It is. It's raining. Yep, that's rain. I thought the track was looking shiny, but obviously it was too early to be wet. But those clouds coming over, it was beautiful blue skies when we started this race. Now it's overcast, and that is spitting with rain. Now it's obviously not wet enough yet before intermediates are wet. So what do they do here? What do the drivers do? Simple Superman looks so much quicker at this stage of the race. Tico hanging on a little bit. Simple Superman looking very racy. He's had a good launch out that corner though, but Simple Superman's right on him. I think we may have a move here for the lead into one. He's going to be close enough. Tico defends the inside. Simple Superman's got to go all the way on the outside. Oh, contact! Tico hugged the inside, just tried to open the angle up, but Simple Superman got alongside. They touched. I think they got away with it though. Here we go again. Again, Tico defending the inside. Oh, the banging wheels. They're both wide. Red Bull and Mercedes taking each other wide at turn 4 into Lagos. Where have I seen that before? It's getting a little bit edgy now. Dutch Tricks is right back in this battle now. We've got a yellow flag further back. It's Wesker, I think. And Dutch Tricks now looking at Simply Superman. What are these drivers going to do with tyres? Wesker's in the pits. Is it going to rain enough for wet tyres? Wesker's on to the intermediates now. That seems early. He's gambling, I think. He may as well do. We're going to carry on though, so your leader's carrying on. Rain's getting heavier. That's why they were started on the hard tyres, of course. That's why they were started on the hard tyres. To go as long as they can do. Now Wesker's about to arrive on the track right alongside the lead, is it? So he needs to stay to that side, Wesker. He immediately gets a warning. Probably on absolutely awful tyres. On a very dry track still. On a very particularly dry track. Battling for the lead rages on. Tico then has just fended off advances of Simple Superman for now. And now Dutch Tricks is back on his case again. This ghost car very much in the way at the minute on his intermediate tyres. I think it's too early. Into the pits comes LRE Tom. What tyre is he going to go on to? Now he's going back onto the softs. So I think he thinks it's not going to rain enough before the end of this race. 28 of 36 and lead 2 have yet to pit. Here comes Dutch Tricks. Dutch Tricks is the first to blink. Gets it slowed down just about. Right, what does the Ferrari man go on to? This will be the telling one. It's going to be the soft, surely. It's Inters. He's going on to the intermediates. So Dutch blinks first, and it's intermediate tyres. Oh, Wesker's gone. Wesker's crashed at the exit of 3. That could be a safety car. It is a safety car. And that will help the lead too, because they're going to have cleared. Cleared the safety car, and so Wesker's gamble on intermediates did not work out. Now Dutch has now gambled as well. So the question is now, what do our front two do? Because Tico has to pit now. He has to pit. He can't afford to not pit, because it will blow his race if he doesn't pit. He hasn't pitted yet. He has to make at least one stop, of course. What tyres do you go for? So Tom just pitted. He's on soft tyres. CR7's in the pits for soft tyres. Mattman's in for intermediates. What's Dan going to go for? We've got mixed strategies here. Dan's going for softs. Tico will swing in he comes. Superman's going to join him. Alright, what do our leaders go on to then? What do our lead pair go on to tyre-wise? Tico's going for Inters. Simply Superman's going for Inters as well. Oh, he nearly got out in front. Oh, is he in front? He is. The Red Bull team have gone out in front then, so the dynamic pit stops have seen the Red Bull man jump the Mercedes in the pits. Great job from Simply Superman. Whereas Dutch Tricks is coming round turn 1 now. They'll still be in 3rd. Barcelona in 4th on the soft tyre then. So, Red Bull in the pits doing their thing and gets Simply Superman into the lead of the race, and on lap 30 of 36 or a second safety car of the day. We've still got split strategies here. Callboy's in the pits again. I think Callboy's on soft tyres. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers on soft tyres and 6 drivers on intermediates. Which is going to be the right strategy? Well, we're going to find out. This is going to be a very interesting finale to this race. Could Barcelona win this one? Is he on the right tyre? It doesn't look very wet, does it? I mean, it is definitely wet. You can see the rain falling, but the track is not wet. No spray coming off the cars yet. So, this is going to get very, very interesting in these final few laps then. Well, at least a lap or so of safety car to go, because the field is still strung out a little bit. Dan Morris has really caught up the Mattman. Mattman's just come out of the pits on intermediates, so I think at the minute the soft tyre is still the one to be on. But the front 3 have to play it safe. The rain's definitely falling hard. You can see it now on the screen, more heavy. Falling heavier, but is it heavy enough yet? That tricky, greasy stage then, when there's going to be a little bit of water on the track. You can feel it in the cars, but is it going to be enough to warrant the intermediate tyres? Because at the minute, it doesn't look like it. See the rain now, look, sort of dripping off the car there as they head down the straight, look. It's landing on the cars then. So who have we got on intermediates? We've got Simply Superman, Tico, Dutch, Graham, Dillon, and Mattman on the intermediates. Then we've got Barcelona, Callboy, CR7, LRE, Tom, and Dan Morris on softs. So there's your 5 on the red stickered soft tyre, slick tyre of course. And then you've got 6 drivers on the green treaded intermediate on a track with rain falling, but not heavy enough, or is it? Well, made their choices. Somebody like Mattman, Tom. I mean, for people like Callboy, CR7, Tom, Dan, why not gamble? Why not gamble? Because if they're on the right tyre, they're going to fly through in these last few laps now. Are we going to go racing again? The field's nearly together, so we might get another lap yet. What survey says. Yeah, there's going to be one more lap behind the safety cars, so that will let Mattman and Dan catch the pack. That means we will resume racing on lap 33. We're going to have a 4-lap sprint to start season 20. Hope you like some drama, everybody. Rain continues to fall. It's getting heavier. Look, that rain is definitely falling heavier. You can see it on the track now. Look, you see it splashing on the track. So we're very close to that window, I think. Oh my, oh my. That man and Dan are just joining the back of the train, so this then should be the final lap behind the safety car. Of course, Brazil does have a bit of a reputation for sporadic wet weather. And it's proving the case once again here in FTRL in our opening round of the season. We're behind the safety car then. We've got 5 drivers on slicks, 6 of them on intermediates, a track with rain falling. But is the rain falling enough? Who's on the right tyre? Well, we're going to find out probably in the next minute or so when racing action resumes. Yes, then is poised very nicely for a dramatic finish. Could Barcelona win his first FTRL Div 1 race? Tico's led this race every lap from the beginning, has been jumped in the pit lane. Of course, the new dynamic pit lane here, so when you go into the pits, you push your X button at a marker and it tells you whether or not, if you get it spot on, then you get a perfect pit stop and it can save you a couple of tenths, and those couple of tenths are what has jumped the Red Bull in the lead. So great job from Super Superman then, safety car in this lap then, starting to back up the pack. You can see the rain falling on the track. Who's on the right tyre? Well, we're going to find out very shortly. When does the Red Bull man pull the trigger? He doesn't want to give the Mercedes a toe too much down the straight into turn 1. Tico's poised and ready. Red Bull's gone. Away we go. Here we go. Who's on the right tyre? We're going to find out in turn 1 probably. Good jump from the Red Bull. The Ferrari attacking the Mercedes. Dutch is coming at Tico. Who's on the right tyre? Everybody getting around there okay. Well, who's the yellow flag in the background? Who was it? Didn't see. I think it's intermediates. The intermediates seem to be the tyre to be on. Barcelona struggling. Here comes Graham for P4. Down the inside into turn 4. Through he goes. Is the intermediate the tyre to be on? It looks like it might be. The front 3 have made a jump. Barcelona getting on. Is he struggling a little bit? It looks like it. I think the track might be too damp. Oh, CR7 spinning up in the background. Yep, the intermediate's the tyre. There we go. There's your question. There's the question answered. It is the intermediate tyre. Oh, big shame. It was a gamble. Why not? Why not gamble? Why not gamble further back? It's been falling. The rain's been falling heavier under the safety car here. Tico looking for the lead into the bottom corner. Super Superman defends. Has a bit of a twitch as they get on the power. Of course, no DRS. 2 laps after the safety car, so no DRS this time or next time around. Burning the ERS, Dylan goes past Barcelona, yet the intermediates are the tyre to be on then. Red Bull hogging the pit wall, here comes the Mercedes to the outside, the Ferrari trying to get involved as well. But holding on for now, look at the nose, the Chaltiga's pushing it around the corner. Graham's getting into this battle, Graham's closing in. Here comes Dutch on Tico now. Dutch had a good run, Tico has to go a little bit defensive, thinks about a move to the inside. But it's just faking, showing in the mirrors, trying to make a mistake, force a mistake from Tico. CR7's in for the intermediates, there it is, yeah, the slick tyres were not the tyres to be on, the rain has just fallen enough. The Inters are now the ones to be on, so, oh, Tico again into the back of the Red Bull. Miling that front wing, again. Pushing him around the corners here, Tico. Superman trying to get the power down, to the outside goes the Mercedes. Can he get an overlap? No, Red Bull shuts the door in his face. But TK now look at the quicker driver. Stay off those curbs in these conditions as well. That will be slippery. Graham running over the curb there. Brave man. It makes it work. Here we go again then. Starting the penultimate lap. The Superman snatches to the inside. He's got a bit of a gap here. Should be safe this time. They come to the braking zone. TK not close enough. Graham there just waiting to pick up the pieces and something kicks off ahead. Down the back. There we go towards turn 4. Again, Tico not quite close enough. Matman making the move on Tom further back. I'm going to stay with this lead battle because this is where the action is. This is for the win. This is for the podium. Graham just dropping away a little bit now as the pace up front just increases. Tico looking for the gap up the inside. It's not there. Again, Super Superman just driving nicely defensive lines. Tico not able to get down the inside, but he's right there. Dutch is right there as well. These three covered by less than half a second on the penultimate lap of the race. Again, Simply Superman with the defensive line. Park it on the apex. He forced it the long way around. Dutch sniffing up the inside as well in the background there. Now this is the corner where you need a good launch. And again, they're all getting fairly equal traction. Now I think DRS is still active. I haven't seen the notification has been disabled, but here we go then. Final lap of the race. Take it to the outside again. Oh, contact again. Oh, Simply Superman's gone wide. More contact, there goes the wing. Dutch Trick sweeps around the outside for the lead. Contact! The Dutch boys goes around it. Oh. And Simply Superman loses his wing. Graham's going to come through for the lead. Oh, it's all kicked off on the final lap, and Graham leads. Dutch and Tico got together. Tico's got no, Simply Superman's got no front wing. Dylan's up to third contact. Tico into the back of Dylan, who's trying to get around the outside of the Red Bull there, now banging wheels. Tico to the inside. More contact. Oh, drama. Drama on the final lap. Oh, contact again. Dutch now into the back of Simply Superman. Dylan gets shuffled backwards. Down the inside goes Dutch Tricks on Simply Superman. He's going to get through, but Graham 89 is going to win. I said he could pick up the pieces. I thought he might get a podium. He's going to get the win. Graham 89i wins in FTRL Div 1 Season 20 Round 1. Congratulations to you. Tico gets P2, Dutch Tricks P3, Simply Superman gets P4. Despite having no wing, Dylan's P5, Barcelona crawls across on those slick tyres, P6, Cowboy salvages P7, Matman gets P8, Dan Morris crosses the line for P9, Tom window for a wing as well, another one who's had some damage on the final lap, he gets P10, and CR7 crosses the line for P11. Well. Hands up who had Graham for the win. Because I will admit, I did not. I know he's always a contender for podiums at the end of the race, especially when he had a late safety car because of his ability to not pick up penalties. But did not see that coming. It was Simply Superman who went a little bit deep into one. Tico and Dutch both got the inside. Simply Superman, there's contact between Tico and Simply Superman. Some wing went flying off somebody. Dutch and Tico went around the outside. Then Dutch and Tico got together. They both half span. Simply Superman had nowhere to go. Hit the ghosted car, or the semi-ghosted car of Tico. Damaged his wing. Graham came through, swooped around the outside. Through all the carnage. Into the lead of the race. And bolted for the victory. What a drive. Graham, that is outstanding, my friend. Well done. And there we have it then. Graham wins from Tico, from Dutch, Simply Superman, who so nearly had that victory there. P4 for him. Dylan P5, Barcelona P6, Cowboy ends up P7, Matman P8, Dan P9, Tom P11, 10, sorry, and CR7 are rounding out the finishers in 11th. The retirees were Wesker, Talesborough, who drove brilliantly early on. Shame for that spin. Adamako, who was driving really well in P4 before he spun off on a curb, and Yarham, who had a few dramas early on in the race, unfortunately, retiring early on. Well, there you have it. Back and with plenty of drama. We wouldn't have it any other way in FTRL. Congratulations to Graham. He is now a FTRL Div 1 race winner, and nobody can take that away from you. Because I am the captain and I won't let them. Well, that is round 1 done. Congratulations to everybody who took part in that one. That was some show. Thank you very much, of course, for everybody who's tuned into the stream. It's great to have you back. Thank you for watching. Please do like the stream before you go. Like the channel if you haven't already. I'm sure you already have, though. Spread the word far and wide. We are back. Back tomorrow, of course, with Div 2 action. Same time, 8 o'clock. On this very FTRL YouTube channel. Please do join me for that. I'm sure the racing will be even more frantic and frenetic than the race we've just seen. Yeah. We'll do it all again tomorrow then. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. Good to have you back, and we'll see you again real soon.